Hello everyone. Today I'm going to discuss the question and answer of the NCERT Class 6 History Chapter 4, that is what books and burials tell us. If you go through the entire chapter, you will find out so many things, so many new things interesting about the past. As I always told, before starting any discussion, read your book very carefully. This chapter is very important because this chapter contains so many MCQ questions as well as very short answer type questions, as well as you can get 2 marks questions, lots of 2 marks questions from this chapter. So learn carefully, check all the spelling. So let's start with the question answer discussions with the chapters. It's class 6 history NCERT book chapter 4, that is what books and burials tells us. So the first things you learn here, that is the one of the oldest books in the world. So here comes the first questions. What is one of the oldest books in the world? Here are the Vedas. Now, Vedas, you can write the Vedas name as per that is Rig Veda, Sama Veda, Yajur Veda, and Atharva Veda. You have to write the 4 names completely. Check the spelling before writing. Then you can get a short notes on Vedas. So the first paragraph, if you read the paragraph, you will find so many things about Vedas. That is Rig Veda, why this is used, Sam Veda and Yajur Veda and Atharva Veda. So read carefully. The first paragraph was your answer of the questions. That is the short note of Vedas. Then the question comes here. What is the Shukta? You can see here is underline or mark this, highlight this word. What do you mean by the Sukta? The Sukta means the hymns or hymns that you find in the Rig Veda are Sukta. So if you get the answer, if you get the questions, you have to write the answer. That is, the Rig Veda includes more than 1,000 hymns called Sukta or well said. And these hymns are in praise of various god and goddesses, and 3 goddesses specially important, that is Agni, the god of fire, Indra, a warrior god, and Soma, a plant from which a special drink was prepared. And these sukta or hymns were composed by sages. This is your complete answer for sukta. That is, if you get what is sukta, you have to write this much. Then the comes here why we need to learn, or why then a student need to learn all this. So here is your answer. That is, please taught student to recite and memorize each syllable, word and sentence bit by bit, and it's learned for their knowledge, and this is made by the sages or rishis. So you can get another very important MCQ questions. There are lots of MCQ questions. So here you can get the who composed Sukta or who composed the hymns. So here is your answer. The sages composed it. Okay. And see, the next question you can get, what do you know about the Rig Veda? So here you have to make your own answer. You can find it from any internet site, but check that because there are lots of error in printing, or sometimes in the questions is wrong in the internet. So make sure, if you learn from the site, check it before memorizing the answer is right or wrong. And it is better to learn from your book. You can take the help from their question answer, but try to write from your book. In your book it's very easily written. So here would get what is Rig Veda, or write a short note on Rig Veda. So in Rig Veda you have to write, so there are 4 Vedas and one of them is Rig Veda, And here the Rig Veda is in old or Vedic Sanskrit, which is different from the Sanskrit this much. And Rig Veda includes more than 1,000 hymns called Sukta or well said. Then you can write this: the hymns are praise of various gods and goddesses, especially this. Then come Sanskrit and other languages. Here you get the questions. What do you know about the Indo-European languages? Underline this word, Indo-European languages. So this is the Indo-European languages, Sanskrit. Or you can ask, okay, write a short note on the Indo-European language. I will suggest you to learn the entire paragraph up to this English. To make that, if you get a short note on Indo-European language, you can write it. You can write it completely with examples or anything. Then it comes a very short answer type questions. That is, what is Tibeto-Burman family? What is Austroasiatic families? So make sure you learn it entirely. You can get a Tibeto-Burman family. So get the northeast belong to the which families? It's the Tibeto-Burman family. And then the Jharkhand and the central part of the India belong to the which families? That is the Austroasiatic family. Okay. Then you can again get some information about Rig Veda, which you can use on the short note of Rig Veda. That is, the Rig Veda was recited and heard rather than read. Then you can get a different questions like, what is the features of Rig Veda? If you get these questions, what is the features of Rig Veda, then you have to write the Rig Veda is the oldest one book, and secondly it contains thousands of hymns, and then this is the line, that is the Rig Veda was recited and heard rather than read. And the next point is, it was written down several centuries after it was first composed and printed less than 200 years ago, and then gradually scroll down and see. Here you can get that historians like some hymns in the Rig Veda are in the form of dialogues. Okay, so here you can write in the features, like some of the hymns in the Rig Veda are in the form of the dialogues. Okay, and then it's come, that is the Vishamitra and the rivers. It's a dialogue, you can give it as an example. See here, you can give it. Okay, read carefully. You can get the picture questions also. You can get this picture and the teacher will ask you, what do you think? What is this? And your answer is, that is, this is Rig Veda. This manuscript of Rig Veda on birch bark was found in Kashmir about 150 years ago. And it was used to prepare one of the earliest printed text of Rig Veda as well as English translation. It is now preserved in a library in the Pune, Maharashtra. You have to write this entire thing if you get a picture questions with this page. Okay, and next, this is a example of the Vishamitra, and this is an example of Vishamitra and two rivers. Here, read carefully the story, and here you can get the questions, that is, what are the modes of transport mentioned in the hymns Vishamitra and two rivers? See, what is the mode of transport? Here you can see like chariots, carts, rivers is a water mode of the transport. Like they are talking about the river. So tributaries Ganga, Jamuna, Saraswati. So this is the river. That is the modes of transport here at the rivers or the water bodies. You have to read. See, you can get that is modes of transport that are mentioned, right? As well as chariot and carts also. Here again you come here, the cattle, horses and chariots. What is the chariots? What is the uses of chariots is the main questions. you can get here, and you can get a different questions like a big questions or a long answer type questions, that is, why were the battles fought during Rigvedic periods? See, here is your answer, that is, why were the battles fought during Rigvedic period? The battle fought, see, battles were fought for land which was important for pasture and for growing hardy crops that ripened quickly, such as barley, and some battles were fought for water and to capture people. Right? Then again, if you get a 5 marks questions, you have to write these things also. So see, here also you can get a thing, that is, most men took part in these wars, and they were no regular army, but they were assemblies where people met and discussed matter of war and peace, and they also choose leaders who were often brave and skillful warriors. So you can get different questions like, what do you think, all the people join in the wars, all them are skillful warriors? So you can get a questions like that, and be careful, here you can get the chariot questions as well as you can get why were the battles fought during Rigvedic periods. So this is your answer. Now again scroll down, that is, what to describe people. Again, for describing people in the terms of the work they do, that is, again you can get, that is, different level, that is Brahmin, that is priest, that is Rajas. You can get a comparison with each and everything, that is, what is the difference between Brahmins and priests, what is the difference between Brahmins and Rajas. These are the important questions and important differences you can get, that is, what is the Brahmin and what is the Raja, or what is the difference between Brahmins and Rajas. Here is your answer. And see, here is the who called the Vaishya. This is the things. Highlight this. Which people called the Vaishya? Vaishya, you can get it the who are the Jana. See, Vish or Jana. So Vaishya and Jana. Read carefully. The main difference is Brahman and Rajas. So make sure you learn about the Brahman and Rajas. And so next, in next paragraph, we see that what are the Aryans? What are the Aryas? Right? You can get a short note on Aryas. Or, and the second question is, who were slaves and how were they treated during Rigvedic period? So here is the two different things, that is, who are the Aryas? Here is the Aryas, and next here, who are the slaves and how they treated during Rigvedic periods. Here you can get how they treated in the Rigvedic periods and who are the Aryas. Okay. Next, like silent sentinels, the story of megaliths. Megaliths now in very news, because you sometimes find the big normally megaliths coming down. So these stone boulders are known as megaliths. These were the carefully arranged by people and were used to mark burial sites. Now came the chapter name. The practice of erecting megaliths began about 3000 years ago and was prevalent throughout the Deccan, South India, in the Northeast and Kashmir. So megaliths is another important thing. So you can get a short note, you can get what is the megaliths or how many years ago, where we can see it. So carefully read all these questions. See, now you can get the pictures questions. Again, you can get a picture based questions. Here is the picture you can get in the questions, and teacher can ask you, that is, what do you think, what is this, right? Then you have to write this. What you have to write? See, this type of megalith is known as cyst. So first you have to mention that this is a megalith and this types of megalith is known as cyst, and some cysts like one shows here have potholes who could be used as an entrance. You have to write this. Okay. Say the what sometime archaeologists find a circle of stone boulder or a single large stone standing on the ground. These are the only indication that there were the burials beneath. So how can archaeologists think that this is a burial site? This is your questions. What do you think? How can they confirm that this is the burial site? So you have to remember that your answer is life. And this sometimes archaeologists find a circle of stone boulders or a single large stone standing on the ground, and these are the only indication that they are the burials. Okay, again come down. All these burials have some common features. So you have to learn the features. Like dead were buried with distinctive pots and tools, black red wares. Okay, so you have to write this. Was iron used? You can get these things, these pictures also, the tools pictures also. Was iron used in the Harappan cities? Here is your answer. Then again you get a findings about social differences. Find Brahmagiri on the map and so many things. Okay, here is another questions you get. What were the silent sentinels behind the story of megaliths? That I earlier discussed, the question and answer. And now sometimes megaliths people, you can get this megaliths contain more than one skeleton. This is a sometimes people decide evidence megaliths may sometimes contain more than one skeleton. Justify your answer. Here is the answer, that is megalith contain more than one skeleton. Justify your answer. This is your answer. Next question comes here, that is name the things that archaeologists have found in the Inam Gaon. See, what is Inam Gaon? What is the Inam Gaon? It is a site on the river Ghor, a tributary of the Bhima. And in the year 2000, here adults were generally buried in the ground, laid out straight with the head towards the north. Direction was important. So, right, that's what archaeologists found in the Inam Gaon. This is your questions. Okay. Now, what skeletal studies tells us? What now here you can get the questions. What is charaka? Read this box carefully. Huh? This is very important for everything. So don't ignore any kind of pictures or anything. So here is this. This distinction is based on modern skeletal study. So how can we find that the sex of a skeleton to look the bone structures? And then that is what is Charaka, who wrote the book of medicine known as the Charak Samhita. So here you can find what is Charaka Samhita or who was Charaka. Carefully, it's a very important questions. And next is that how did Charaka arrive at the total number of bones in human body as 360? See, 360 bones. How he calculated? What is Charaka Samhita? How he calculate that human body have 360 bones? This is a very important questions. Don't worry, I will share all the questions at the end. So next question is that occupations. What do you think the occupations of the people of Inamgaon? You can get these things and how archaeologists conclude that they have the farming capacity. So this is your answer. How archaeologists confirm that the occupations of Inamgaon peoples are like this. Okay. Then come this section, that is you can get the writings of Chinas, right? So how were the crackle bones used by the king of China? See here they cracked the bones, were then put into the fire and they cracked because of the heat, and then fortune tellers studies these cracks and try to predict the future. That is how they used the bones, that is called the oracle bones. So how were the oracle bones used by the king of China? Okay, and Always remember the questions. It's a very important. The oracle bones question is a very important questions. And what is the evidence of writing is found in China? See, first evidence of writing found in China. And these writings were on animal bones, and these are called oracle bones. So you can get the questions in two ways. The first thing is evidence of writing is found in China. Justify your answer, or you can get the questions like how the oracle bones used in by the king of China. So I hope I discuss almost all major questions from this chapter. I will share some questions for all of you. If I miss someone, then you can check, and if you have any doubt regarding any questions or anything, you can put it in the comment box. I will try to solve it, or I'll try to as all clear your doubt. Now make sure you read carefully, and the thing is that read the question of your exercise also. Check your all kind of pictures, all kinds of map, yours, everything. You make sure you all read all the things. See, here I share the questions, whatever I discuss. Some of them I discussed today, more we discussed from the book. So I hope you will get lots of questions from here, and you will find all questions, all the chapters were covered in the videos. Thank you. If you think these question answer discussions were is useful, then please like and share the channel and make your valuable comments. Thank you.